Ты женился на какой-то проститутке?
What?
Это она?
How are you guys doing today?
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Good, good. Yura, my first question is for you. Yura has such an interesting relationship with Annie through much of the film, but a lot of it is communicated through looks. It's silent. So I was curious, how do you navigate these like competing dynamics where you're adversarial, but you're also developing something else with Mikey as a performer?
I don't know. It's a secret. No, of course, no. I absolutely don't know how to explain this because I just try to help to Mikey because it's like a center of my character of Igor. He trying to help to Anora. That's why I understand that if will try to help Mikey, it'd be right direction by energy of between our heroes, That's why all that way I just look at Mikey and trying to help her in her way and way of her character, And it's all what you feel. I can imagine it's because of some real connection between us during all this way,
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you can see it through the screen. It was incredible. But Karren, my next question is for you. You've been a long-time collaborator of Sean's. I'm a huge fan of Sean's films. So I was just curious, how has your working relationship with him evolved over the years? And what does it feel like to I know you've said you wanted to make a New York film with him for so long. So what does it feel like to finally get that out there?
Yeah. So I've been fortunate to watch Sean mature or develop for we know each other for about 30 years now, and this particular project we started brainstorming about in 2009. We actually even wrote a little script together about some like a buddy thing based in Brooklyn. Anyway, so now 15 years later, Anora, I see that how this time around he demanded a very high quality product. So he had these images in his head, and he wanted to be. First of all, he's also a perfectionist, but also he wanted super high quality, performances, like the whole product together, and he was certainly more demanding than all the other times I have worked with him, which is I was grateful for. We were all enjoying his demands, his like many takes, and
Yeah.
Definitely. And Vache, I think this is only your second film role, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, I think you chose a pretty good one. I mean, Anora is an amazing film, and the response to it has been incredible, obviously. So what is it kind of like to soak in the success of Anora and kind of look down the pipeline at this like award season, and you're like, oh, you're in it for the long haul now?
Yeah, this is a blessing. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm super lucky to be here, honestly, because the reason I'm here only because this guy, because he was following me on social media, because I used to do comedy for 15 years in Armenia, and probably because of nostalgia, he was following me to see some Armenian stuff. So that's because when Sean Baker called me, I was deeply surprised. I was thinking it's a joke or something, because he said like, hey man, I've seen your comedy, that's hilarious. I'm like, how did you see that? And why would you watch that, right? Because it was all in Armenian. And then he explained that Karren Karagulian suggested you, and I found him in IMDb, and I see, yeah, as an Armenian actor, he has such a background of films and everything. And then I was trying to find maybe mutual friends or something, and I see he texted me like 5 years ago, like, hey man, how can I see your stand-up or something? And I didn't even respond, and I was like, oh my God, this is my once in a lifetime chance, and I was about to screw it over, and I'm texting him back, hey man, sorry for slight delay. Just after 5 years, I just saw your message. And yeah, and then he calling me and explaining how should I do? This is not your Armenian TV shows. You should be more natural, you know, like, and he helped me to do that self-tape video and everything, and that worked out. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and I mean, the three of you obviously have this like standout scene in the middle of the film, the home invasion scene where you guys come in and meet Anora for the first time. So Yura, I read that you and Mikey did your own stunts together throughout most of that scene. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about filming those sequences. Like, how long did it take? What went into it?
Про трюковую сцену вот эту?
Ну да.
Yeah, she just punched me, and I just waited
And I liked it.
and I liked it. I asked her, do it
Punch me again.
more. Yeah, just today I asked her again, could you punch me? So yeah, of course it was 8 days of very long preparation and rehearsal, half speed rehearsal from point by point to point, and finally we got it. But sometimes it was very boring waiting of some preparation for a new set, because for safety you have, for example, an hour preparation for table.
fall down.
Yeah. For example, and you already ready, and you want to do this, and you waiting of all this stuff, and of course, but. Anyway, it was very funny. I like it.
Yeah, it was hilarious to watch, and Garnick got pretty beat up in that scene, and he got the most laughs in my showing in the back half of the movie as he's like dealing with his wounds. So that was pretty funny to watch. But I'm curious, like, how do you get into that state where you're like with the throw up scene, for example, and stuff like that? How do you get into that mindset to be in this like dilapidated state?
Yeah, I've been there in the real life. I'm just joking.
But the interesting thing about his character, he has a couple of different stages of, because he takes the drugs, he has a few different stages. So every time we would ask, which stage is it now? So he had to kind of adjust his, the
I'm
level
very serious at the beginning, and then I'm in pain in the middle, and then I'm drugged, and I'm more drugged, and then hangover, like, yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit afraid for Garnick's life towards the end of it. I was like, it's gonna make it. But getting to that ending, obviously, that final scene, and I won't get into specifics just because obviously I want to preserve the experience for everybody. But Yura, I'm curious, what was it like filming that scene? Can you talk a little bit about that? Because it was such a great moment between you and Annie to me.
I don't know. It was. We did it 3 or 4 times because we tried to find some energy of this, and nobody knows what I was looking for because it's very, very
sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive moment, and me, Mikey, and Sean was together in the car. Sean was in back seat with a monitor, and every take was very different. Was very, it's if you use this take, it's one film, and if you use different take, it's already a little bit different film. That's why I just tried be with Mikey and Sean that moment, because it was very, very important for Sean, and it was very difficult for Mikey because she has to again and again live that moment of her character. I just tried to support them.
Well, it was a perfect ending to a perfect movie, in my opinion. So that is my time today, guys. But it was such a pleasure to talk with you three. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a fraud marriage, and we're getting in an old
fraud marriage?
ASAP.